What is up, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements? This is your general timeless reading. So whenever you see this is when it's most meant for you. And take what resonates, leave the rest. If you're new to tarot, not new to tarot, check out How to Interpret Tarot as a Viewer. It's a video I created down below for you guys. If you want a personal reading or a Reiki session, you can book it down below through my website. Check out Vimeo and Patreon if you want access to more content, if you want help on your spiritual path, or you want some tidbits of advice on how to maneuver through your spiritual journey. I'd check out those platforms, okay? But let's get right into it. Like, share, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel grow, and hit that notification bell so you see when I post and when I go live. Let's get into it, Cancer. I want to use Gilded Tarot for you. So weird. I don't have Gilded Tarot. I have Tarot Royale, Gilded Tarot Royale, but I don't have Gilded Tarot. I think I actually want to use Grand Lux Tarot. Let's do that one. Some cards are flipped around in here. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All the tarot decks I use are going to be linked down below for you guys. Show me what I most need to see for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Show me what I most need to see for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I just heard correlations. It kind of feels like a connecting the dots between you and other people, though. You might be relating to people, and it feels very emotional. Which makes sense. We just had that new moon in Cancer. It kind of feels like almost reaching into someone's... You might... This feels like... just because I say intimate does not mean it has to be romantic. If you're connecting with people on a more intimate, emotional level... I think it's because of sudden willingness to be more vulnerable, and that's a two-way street. It's between both of you. One person's leading the way in this dynamic, though, in regards to vulnerability. Okay? Yeah, we have the Eight of Cups. I'm only taking the two that are sticking out to me. Then we have the Two of Swords, and then we have the King of Cups. Okay, Eight of Cups is in reverse. Pisces energy. Two of Swords, Libra, and we have the King of Cups, which is Scorpio energy. This King of Cups for a very long time this feels like emotional avoidance. With the Eight of Cups in reverse and the Two of Swords, it feels like the things that you were trying to walk away from, that you're now seeing that, okay, I couldn't walk away from this. This feels like what you're pouring out. If you're the King of Cups, this is you pouring this out. If this is the other person, it's them. This Eight of Cups, this is my U-turn card. This is what you're going back to. I feel like this is what we're confessing in a sense. For a really long time, I've been holding on to this. It doesn't necessarily have to do with the other person that you're confessing this to, or vice versa. It could just be, hey, I have a fear around this, or I have a trauma around this, or I have XYZ, right? Or I'm working through this internally, and another person could be like, that's weird. I'm doing the same thing with something really similar. It's connecting the dots. It's kind of realizing how we're all connected. It feels very collective consciousness, like very we are one kind of energy. Yeah, Five of Pentacles in reverse, and the Sun. Wow, literally collective consciousness. The Sun to me is unity. The Sun is higher consciousness energy, and the Five of Pentacles in reverse is releasing the fears, the limiting beliefs, the scarcity mindset. This conversation is bringing two people into alignment with one another. It feels like a very even exchange, which is nice. This King of Cups is the individual that's kind of pushing this dynamic forward, though. I don't even think I'm going to take this Nine of Cups in reverse in the overall, because I just don't really feel it for the reading. Sometimes I do the overall energy, sometimes I don't. I just don't feel it. I'm not really feeling it. It feels like an old energy. It feels like something from the past. So that's why I'm not taking it, because it's not really the overall. It's actually why they're releasing this, because they're realizing it was standing in the way of their Nine of Cups. It was standing in the way of them actually having the things that were helping them reach their hope and wish fulfillment, their emotional satisfaction. I haven't been able to have my emotional satisfaction or my needs met because I have been holding on to suppressed trauma, wounds, burdens, etc. And I haven't been allowing myself to be open and vulnerable about that and work through that. And in turn, I haven't had very intimate or healthy dynamics with people. Okay, I like this. I like this. I like this a lot. Who do I want to use today? Yeah, let's actually use this Tarot Royale. Oh, okay. The devil wanted to pay a little visit. I reorganized all my tarot decks onto this cart. I don't know if I'm going to be keeping these boxes. So I'm not a fan of the boxes, but we'll see. We'll see. It's good for the tarot decks, though. Let's see. Talk about this King of Cups. Let's start with the I want to start with the Two of Swords. I want to see why they're not accepting, why they didn't want to accept or see or recognize what they emotionally were suppressing. Okay. Five of Pentacles, by the way, is Taurus energy. The Sun's Leo energy. And the Nine of Cups is Pisces energy. Okay, let's get into this. Why is the Two of Swords here for Cancer? I almost said Virgo for some reason. Some of you might be dealing with somebody with a Virgo placement. Seven of Swords. That's crazy. Which is self-sabotage. It's also a sneaky behavior. It's kind of like, I see you, trauma. I see you. Because between the Seven and the Two is the Five of Swords energy. It's that energy of defeat. It's that energy of being betrayed, of being backstabbed, of feeling as if the world is against you, right? Like, I see you when I was hurt, when I was betrayed, when those people did those things to me, that victim mentality. I don't want to address it. It's looking back at the scene of the crime, right? Suppressing it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at the things that are self-sabotaging. I don't want to go back to the things that caused me pain or that were deceptive. I don't want to acknowledge that, right? They didn't. I should say they didn't want to, because they are now. And that's what this King of Cups is talking about. Very openly. Very vulnerably. Let's look at the Two of Swords one more time. The World. Beautiful. Two of Swords in reverse. Exactly. So the Two of Swords in reverse is validating the I now recognize it. I'm taking the blindfold off, because the Two of Swords is known for the blindfold, right? The infamous blindfold in the card, not wanting to see, not wanting to recognize, not wanting to make the choice or choose the path, make the decision, because twos are about choices. And so with the Two of Swords in reverse, it indicates I'm taking off the blindfold. I'm willing to see the reality of my self-sabotaging behavior for not wanting to take ownership or accountability for the things that I've been suppressing or not wanting to recognize, and closing out the cycle with the World card. Beautiful. Very, very nice. I love it. I love this. I love this so much. And bottom of the deck again is the freaking Sun. This is amazing. This is really, really nice. I like this. And just because it's a King of Cups does not mean it has to be a man. It's just masculine energy. We all have masculine and feminine energy. So again, I highly recommend checking out How to Interpret Tarot as a viewer if you are new. Okay. Or not new. Even if you're not new, check it out. Check it out, Cub Scout. Okay, let's look at this King of Cups. Nah, I can't yet. I can't do it yet. I know. I really want to too, but every time I go to it, they're like, no. And I'm like, fine. Okay, whatever. Fine. Cool. Fine. Whatever. Fine. I'll wait too. I'm impatient. I want to get right to it. But let's look at the Eight of Cups. I heard compromise. I just heard contingencies. What's up with all these C words? Cancer. Compromise. Contingencies. King of Cups in reverse. Okay, so this is you or the person you're dealing with not being in their full power because they're emotionally closed off because they're suppressing their emotions. So this is why we couldn't clarify the King of Cups, because we needed to know that this King of Cups wasn't acting as their authentic self, wasn't willing to be vulnerable at the time in the past because they were suppressing this trauma or the things they didn't want to address. Devil in reverse. But now they're releasing that trauma. They're releasing those limiting beliefs. I love it. I like it. I like it a lot. And then the Ten of Swords when I broke the deck. So nice. So nice. Closing out some big cycles here, which makes a lot of sense because we got Chiron retrograding in Aries, the sign of self this week, which is the wounded healer, Chiron, right? Helping us address all those lovely things we don't want to see. Let's look at this King of Cups for Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, this is kind of sad. They're recognizing how it stood in the way of their own sense of stability or actual tangible stability. Because they haven't allowed themselves to indulge. It's not just in relationships, but in things that they truly want to be emotionally invested in. They've created this sense of feeling stuck at some point before they finally obtain a true Ten of Pentacles. So it's like once they reach a certain point, I can't go any further because what if something bad happens? That's the fear. That's the insecurities. That's the trauma, right? That's the ego getting in the way, creating that story that it's going to tell you so you don't step outside your comfort zone and initiate change and step into a new cycle. They're recognizing that. Because now they're opening up their heart space and saying, I've self-sabotaged my opportunity in the past to have a sense of stability or safety or comfort that would last the test of time. It does not mean that they will not have it again, right? Does not mean that they will not have it again. It just means that they're recognizing and taking accountability for previous occurrences. Let's look at the King of Cups. Four of Wands. Ta-da! The stability, right? Four of Wands is literally the card of stable structures. Marriages, foundations, relationships, contracts, things that last a test of time because it's four wands stuck in the ground representing a house. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they're now seeking. I'm now ready to have this kind of long-term commitment to self, to people, to work, to home, to finances. They're seeking that sense of stability and security, safety. They're recognizing that they need to give it to self before finding it externally as well, which is really, really nice. Wheel of Fortune in reverse is this sense of stagnancy. It tells me that there's divine timing at play, that they're also still working on purging some of this old, I would just say low vibrational energy. Low vibrational energy. Just some of the gunk we don't need, right? It's okay. Because that means they're still moving forward. They're moving in the right direction. It's just in divine time, not on this individual's time. And that's okay. Let's look at the Five of Pentacles. They need to be patient with self. Yeah, strength in, oh, Lord. Strength in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles. There's a fear of losing a Queen of Pentacles. I feel this in the heart space. There's a fear of losing a Queen of Pentacles. We have the Five of Pentacles and Strength in reverse. Right? I can't stop saying that. There's a fear of losing a Queen of Pentacles. Strength in reverse to me speaks to ego getting in the way. And the ego is what rules pride, your fear, things of that nature, limiting beliefs, scarcity mindset. The Five of Pentacles in reverse, it's kind of like they're trying to overcome these fears because they still very much so want this Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is very stable, very grounded, very motherly, very nurturing energy. Also very practical, very practical. There's something about the Peacock here. Peacock speaks to abundance. This might be a very attractive energy, this individual. They might attract money, wealth, success very easily. Page of Cups. So here's the conversation. Here's the vulnerability that's coming forward. This is who this king is having this conversation, Page of Cups, because that's the offer, the gesture to the Queen of Pentacles, right? Speaking on, with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the infamous coming out of the cold card, right? speaking on their insecurities, speaking on their lack of courage to address certain things within this dynamic or structure or foundation that they have built with this Queen of Pentacles, right? They're willing to be vulnerable now, because the Page of Cups is my card of vulnerability. It's willing to be emotionally honest and upfront about the things that you have going on. I like this. The Queen might not be, I was about to say, they might not be super receptive. They didn't feel very receptive. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse here, but that does mean that we have a true pair on the board. They are a true pair. I think that they're not very receptive because there's a bit of skeptical energy. I think that's their own trauma that they're actually working through. So let's look at the Sun. I think that this very vulnerable conversation is going to help the faith, the trust of this dynamic between these people. Again, this could be in the workplace. This does not have to be romantic. This could be work, this could be friendship, this could be family. Let's look at the Sun. This feels like sudden realizations. The Sun and the Tower especially is sudden realizations. The Sun is illumination though. It's shining light on something, right? Tell me about the Sun. The Wheel of Fortune, what needs to change? We're understanding what needs to change in this dynamic, in this relationship, and in this environment that you two are both a part of, whatever your Four of Wands is, whether it be a relationship, a workplace, a living situation. You're seeing what needs to change. And it's going to change in both of your favors because the Wheel of Fortune, beautiful, holy crap. And then you have Death in reverse. So you have three majors, the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, and Death. Death in reverse speaks to rebirth and transformation for the benefit of both parties involved, especially with the Wheel of Fortune there. The Wheel of Fortune's Jupiter energy. Jupiter energy is very expansive. It can be expansive in both a positive and, I wouldn't say negative because that's just a polarity, in a good and a harmful way, right? Harmful in the sense of mold. Nobody likes mold to expand, right? But in a positive way in regards to your wallet, right? I know, that was really superficial of me, but hey, you know, it's just 3D. Anyway, and then the Sun. The Sun is masculine energy. The Sun is that push forward, the tangible work that has to be done. So it's recognizing the tangible work that has to be done in order to create change, motion, expansion for both people to evolve and transform into a better version of self for the sake of the dynamic and themselves. I like this. And are you flipping kidding me? Bottom of the deck, you have the High Priestess and the Ace of Swords and the Six of freaking Cups. This is seen from a higher perspective through all illusion and distortion, the truth of this dynamic and how the past played a role in this dynamic, right? How you might be understanding that the past, because the Six of Cups doesn't just simply mean soulmates, it's also indicative of parent to child relations and the past. This very much so feels like the past. It's understanding that these two people had to go through their experience in the past together to go through this change and transformation. That was very necessary. It was very much so part of the path because it taught them both very valuable lessons in regards to communication, in regards to their shadow, the ego, right? Integrating that, how to heal self, how to become an individual, also how to be part of a dynamic and yet still be an individual, aka codependency, right? Things of that nature, because these two people are healing self and the dynamic. This is really, really nice. I like this. I like this a lot. I'm not going to clarify the Nine of Cups because it's a past energy, it's an old energy, and we just don't need to. But if you want a personal reading to dig into your own little shenanigans, go ahead, book it down below. Check out Patreon. I'm giving away free 15-minute readings through the end of July. And check out Vimeo if you want access to the monthly readings I post on Patreon. And like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll see y'all next time. Later, Gator.